This is a letter from Josh in our Fountain location. A tribute to Dennis Hoefer. Dennis may have been just a boss to most folks, but to me, he served as a mentor. Dennis traveled to Fountain twice a week, Tuesday and Thursdays, which amounts to roughly 400 miles a week, just to check in with myself and the operation as a whole. He did this for the first 6 years that I worked for the company, and I spent at least 2 hours on those days gleaning as much information and sales tactics that I could while he was here in person. These sessions were invaluable to me. They taught me how to be a salesman and also a respected man. Over those years, I grew incredibly fond of him. He was a machine, and I admired that big time. He liked things the way he liked them, and I am very much the same way. From his green tea before a single cup of coffee, and it better be Folgers, to the way he would sharpen 2 to 3 pencils before pulling out his yellow pad to jot down topics for that day's sales meetings, then calling us down to what is now the office I spend my days in. It's all a bit surreal looking back. Dennis didn't believe in just leading by example. He meant leading by faith and commitment. He helped me grow up and become the man I have become, and albeit I have a long way to go, I feel as if he would be proud. To this day, I manage our staff with the principles he instilled in me at a young age. He will be supremely missed, and I hope he is watching us continue to build the relationships the way he intended 40 plus years ago. I will miss you, Dennis, and thank you again for the opportunity and all the knowledge you shared with me.
He'd run this big business, fed a lot of families for so many years, and if you didn't know him at first, he could come off intimidating or that maybe he didn't care about you, but that was never the case. Family was always number one for all of us, and that's one of the things that we do and always will carry on. Families first. So to be able to work for somebody like that, you know, that's where it's at. So, you know, he also gave lots of people chances that other people might not have, and some of them multiple chances, which just shows again that he led with his heart, whether people saw it or not. So here I go into the tough guy cry phase. But that's where he at. He truly cared, and there's lots of people that can talk like this about him all over the place.
So we wanted to share a message that was sent to my brother regarding my dad. This is from a past employee, Will Crail. Shane, I am so sorry. I can't imagine what you and your family are going through. I really loved your dad. He was always so kind to me. Even before he left the office, he would still stop in and talk to me outside and ask how I was doing. I will never forget my second year at the company when he called me into the office on Christmas Eve to tell me that he ordered me a truckload of Keller Pickets, which he knew I loved and were my contractor's favorites. He was so good to me, letting me make the switch to Fountain and then back again. I know things are crazy with COVID and funerals, but I would love to send some flowers somewhere, or even if I were allowed to be there. Shane, I am so sorry.
He provided for a lot of families. He provided for a lot of employees. And I think that's what made him so passionate about it, because he was responsible for their livelihood. I mean, he was responsible for my livelihood. One of the biggest influence on my life, and some people may know this, some people may not, but I kind of went through a dark time and struggled with life when my wife's health kind of deteriorated for a while there. And one of Dennis's biggest things was, never try to bring your personal life into work, and it's kind of what I did. And I think he saw it, the way I handled things and the way I was, my demeanor was with my guys, and he came in one day, it was this office, and I'll never forget, he sat down, and he just said, "Mark, you need to get help." You know, and I always thought that I could help myself and fix myself, and he said, "You need to get help, and I'm here, you know, to stand by you and help you get that help. I'll pay for it until you start feeling better." And from that day forward, you know, he did help me. You know, I went and got that help, and I did get better, and you know, that's probably one of the biggest influences that he had on me. You know, I kind of go back to him being intimidating and being a hard ass on guys, but being here as long as I've been here, he had a big heart. And it wasn't just with that, it was, he gave guys second chances, he gave guys third chances as far as bringing them back. I mean, I went to one of our wholesalers for 4 months and found out it's not greener. Called him and asked him if I could come back, and you know, the guy that was a hard ass and intimidating, you know, his big heart came out, and he says, "Yeah, Mark, I'll talk to the guys, but yeah, you're more than welcome to come back." And I came back, and I've been here ever since. But then again, yeah, I think a lot of it, you know, guys that have worked here, they saw the hard Dennis. They never really saw the soft Dennis because they weren't here that long. Like I said, I saw both sides, and you know, he impacted my life that day that he came in and shut my door and talked to me. And I told Shane yesterday that he saved my life. I mean, I don't think I probably would have gone and gotten help, and who knows if I'd be around today if it wasn't for him. So if I could see him again, the two words I would say would be thank you. You know, thank you for changing my life for the better. And you know, I can't say that about a lot of people, but I could definitely tell him that.
He taught me a great deal about business. And I thought this place, when I was growing up, he wanted me to take over the business. And I thought that sounded so boring. And he used to tease me and say, "Oh, you're killing me. You're ripping my heart out, vein by vein, vessel by vessel." And it was just this ongoing joke. But lo and behold, here I am, decades later, running the thing. So obviously, I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for my father. No man made a bigger impression on me. And aside from all of the personal aspects of learning how to be a man, what that means, he obviously taught me a great deal about business. He created something that has impacted so many lives. So much I think of my memory of Dad is unfortunately shaded by those final years when he was really battling dementia. And he was not the fun person that I grew up with. But the dad that has been here for decades, he made people feel valued. He made people feel important. He let them know he cared. Although he always ran Rocky Mountain Forest Products by the numbers, he ran it by the numbers to take care of those people. And I used to worry whether or not the people felt that. You know, did they understand that his way of running by the numbers actually was his way of trying to take care of them? This week showed me that they did feel that. They did understand that Dad cared. And that means a lot to me because I want his legacy to be one to be proud of, one that people recognize what a good man he was.